Hello, AgriScience. This is Wednesday, October the 7th. Just to kind of recap what we did today in class, the first thing is we reviewed the fertilizer assignment and the pH scale from yesterday. If you are not in class today and that was returned with a score of 60, it is because you forgot to do one or the other. So what you need to do is go ahead and fix those mistakes and resubmit that today in order to have that sign graded without penalty. So we talked about that. And then we also talked about affiliate membership. So if you are in the FFA this year, you do not have to pay FFA dues. They are being paid for you. So everybody is a member this year. And then we went into our actual assignment for today. So the very first thing that you need to do is the soil quiz. Okay, that is a very short fill in the blank quiz. Soil quiz is the very first thing that you need to do. Okay, once you complete that soil quiz, what we did is we went through some of the plant parts and photosynthesis notes. Basically, what we did is we went over some basic plant parts today and just became familiar with the terminology. So we talked about the 5 basic parts. Talked about roots, stems, leaves, flowers, and fruit. Okay, we went over the difference between a taproot and a fibrous root. A taproot's main purpose is to store minerals. A fibrous root system is going to be really wide spreading, and that's for stability and for absorption. Root hairs are those little itty bitty things you see sticking off all the way down the sides of roots, and their whole purpose is to absorb water. We talked about woody and herbaceous stems. Typically, woody stems have bark. Because they have bark, they are protected from cold weather, so they live year after year. Herbaceous stems are those really soft succulent stems. Maybe you have some plants out on your front porch right now or outside on the back deck or patio. When it gets cold, they're going to die. And you can actually go up to those plants right now and just squish the stems. That's a herbaceous stem. And then we also talked about, the main purpose of a stem is not only just to support the parts, but it's also a highway. It's going to transport food and minerals from the leaves down to the roots, and it's going to transport water and nutrients from the soil that they absorb up to the leaves. So it's one big super highway of material. So herbaceous stems, woody stems. We all know that leaves produce food. Everybody knew that that was photosynthesis. We'll go more into photosynthesis later on in this unit. And then we spent a little bit of time talking about flowers as well. So the flower is your reproductive organ. So in order to have fruit, you must first have a flower. So we talked about the 4 parts of a flower, just trying to get familiar with terminology today. We talked about petals. We talked about the sepal, the pistil, and the stamen. So if a flower has all 4 of those parts, they are called perfect. Now, some plants have a male flower and some have a female flower. So if you have a male plant, it's going to be missing the pistil. And if you have a female plant, it's going to be missing the stamen. So if it's missing one or more parts, it is an imperfect flower. And then this is the last slide that we stopped on today. And then tomorrow, it is very important that you have a piece of paper and something to write with. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing a lot of drawing and labeling, and that's going to help you learn this material, and it's also going to help you on some of these assignments that we're going to have later this week. So go ahead, soil quiz, outline through slide 11, and then make sure tomorrow you have something to write with and a clean piece of paper. And we'll see y'all later.